Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Okay, and we are back with part 2 of the epic 6x4 battle. We have had to invent a completely new test for these, given that they've got more traction because more wheels. So they've all been given the same modifications as before. They've all got 13-speed gearboxes now. They've all got 4.0 final drives, and they all have locked diffs. They have not been given any different engines. They all have their stock engines, and everything else remains the same. We have two equally loaded Oldhams full of 6 tons worth of coal. We are going to see how far up Guanjin they will make it before they get stuck. The winner is very clearly the one that makes it the furthest. So let's start off by mowing down this ghost because Halloween update. And we both predict that they will probably not make it past the second corner. But we have been surprised before. It wouldn't be too different. Wouldn't be too different. Wouldn't be too odd if we got surprised again. So let's see how they do. Another ghost for the record there. Alright. Mud is not often a problem. Now, rather than getting a run up and cheating, we are going to come to a complete stop here and start from a standstill. Now, there is only one line that is suitable for any articulated vehicle, and that is the outside line there. And I tell you what, colour me impressed. I was not expecting it to go up that easily.
The FL1? Damn.
Easy. Wow. Okay.
So these have a lot better ground clearance on the trailer than I was expecting.
Yeah, same. I was not expecting that at all. Okay. Right.
Manual or auto, by the way?
I was in auto the whole time.
Okay.
Wow. Okay, that's an impressive truck, considering it's only had 2 modifications that actually count. And that's the lock diff. Although the 13-speed gearbox definitely would have helped. However, the FL1 already had that. But the FL1 has only had a final drive change and the lock diffs. Okay. It's having a little bit of problems picking a gear right now, but this is just the game's automatic gearbox function. We can't blame the trucks for that. You can always overcome that by going in manual, which we will do if we need to at any one point. Right, so same here again. You have to take the outside line to avoid getting stuck. I'm going to run across the outside there. Wow. Not even a sniff.
The steep hill coming up.
That will be the decider, won't it? Okay. Gone a little bit shallower than I did. Changed gear at the wrong time there, didn't it?
Yep.
But still made it. Quite easily. Okay.
Yep.
Right. Well, let's carry on.
I mean, the first part shouldn't really be too much of a problem once they get past the first couple of corners.
No, that is true.
But going up to the mountains might, like, after the split.
Yeah, that could be the first major issue, because I think the problem will be the ground clearance more than anything. But you never know. I've got a really weird shadow line happening. I don't know what's going on there. This game has got some really weird pop-in, or pop-up, whatever you call it. Well, I'll tell you what, this feels ultra stable so far. And it does make me question, why do we actually modify our vehicles so much, when clearly a little will do?
Yeah, I mean, the only other thing we did is we moved the fifth wheels all the way back just so that the trailer can articulate.
Exactly. I mean, that's kind of a standard procedure with this trailer because it's shorter. It was designed for the Jamusi, and it doesn't really play well with 6x4s with the fifth wheel in a normal position. But once moved all the way back, as you can see, there's no problem with ground clearance, and we're doing some weird gear changing here. I will only start changing gear manually when it starts failing to change correctly.
Once it starts its up down
That's
shenanigans.
the one. Absolutely smooth. I am tempted to try and take this across the shortcut.
Should make it.
You know what? Let's try. We can always reset if it fails. I'm curious to see if it will. Obviously, you do need a bit of a run up this because obviously you have no traction on the grey. And oh my god, it's gear problems, but no, it won't quite get enough traction. Oh, I don't know.
Clutch dump?
No, the wheels are spinning. I think the trailer legs could be stuck. I can't zoom the camera in enough. No, they're not.
Let me have a
No,
look.
it's just a pure.
Oh, it's close.
It's close, but
this
not quite
track.
touching. I think it's a pure traction issue here. I like the way the front wheel's spinning as well.
Not for me.
The inside?
Oh yeah.
I think it's just motion where it's not hitting, where it's off the floor. Let's just roll back a smidge. That has not helped. To be honest, this isn't the kind of truck that should be making this shortcut, but I was curious as to whether it would or not. So, that's obviously not going to happen.
Not with 6 tons of coal.
No. Are you going to give it a try in the FL1 as I drive around, or are you going to skip that one?
I'm gonna give it a go.
Let's see. Does the FL1 have an advantage for the shortcut? It's got a slightly heavier cab, so it should. And you took a slightly different line. Is it going to do it, though?
No, with a clutch dump, yes.
Ooh.
But you need a slightly shallower line to keep your speed up.
Yeah. It may have been fairer to have one more attempt, but I've already come too far now. I was close enough that I believe I could have made it, given a couple of attempts.
Yeah, I think with a slightly shallower line, you would have made it. The only problem with that shallower line is that if you're not careful, you're gonna flip.
Yes. Yeah, it's very easy to roll straight back into the lake. Right.
I mean, we've seen it make it through the mud, so...
True. It has made some pretty interesting things, hasn't it? That you would expect it to get stuck on.
Ooh. But now we're getting to the bouncy parts.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, the Atlas is not caring. The suspension is working an absolute trait. And this is fully stock suspension on both trucks still. Absolutely nothing done to the suspension.
Sometimes the nose wants to jump, but that's about it.
Yeah, I'm getting nose dipping, but I'm not getting any nose dumping. Now, in theory, you would probably say that's due down to the newer truck having better dampers, but I don't think that really exists in game world. I think they will all have equal dampers, so it could be down to weight balance.
Similar at least. I think some do have slightly different suspension setups.
Okay, so maybe this has got slightly better dampers from the factory.
Well, that was a bit too much speed.
Alright, so this is another place that is quite easy to get stuck on. So I'm going to take the outside line here, and I'm going to go from a standstill, in full auto, straight down the centre. See how she does. It's very easy to lose speed on this hill for no reason whatsoever. No, loves it. Absolutely thundering through.
Do the exact same. Stand still and wide line. Oh, bit of a gear struggle there, and I lost a lot of speed in the mud.
Yeah, exactly what's just happened there to the FL1 is a very common problem on that section for no reason whatsoever. There appears to be nothing that causes it. It just happens.
But made it up no problem.
That's good. Nice crawling power. Now, they both have exactly the same engine, gearbox, diffs, final drive. Absolutely everything is exactly the same on these trucks, powertrain related. The only differences are whatever suspension setups they come with from the factory. Now, obviously, they're all set to 100%, but that 100% can be slightly different. So,
Also, weight and wheelbase.
yes, that as well. Which way do you think would be the best challenge for these trucks? Because judging by what I've seen so far, I think they would successfully make it to the mines.
I don't know about because there's a very steep hill.
Okay, so should we go mines? Or should we... I really want to try that S-bend up there.
That's also another one, isn't it? That's also going to be quite tricky.
Yeah. Let's go straight. I say if they get to the top of that, they're probably going to make it the whole way.
Yep.
But this hill can prove quite tricky for some trucks. But this is a fairly light load in comparison.
I'm going to give you some space because
Right, I'm down
it's
into low.
quite narrow.
Yes. Okay, started from a standstill in low. It is holding in low. It's decided it wants first. One for second. And third. Okay. Fourth. Still in fourth. And you have to take this one really wide as well. And it's decided it wants low range. Or low gear, I should say, not low range. Take the widest route possible here. Oh, it's... Yep, okay, so it's playing around with the gears now. It's up, down, up, down. So at this point, I'm going to change it into manual. And I'm going to start off in first and leave it in first. I think low might be unnecessary.
For me, it's playing with the gears already.
Ooh. It's interesting. You know what? In manual, first gear, it did it first time. It took a nice wide route, and it's gone absolutely perfectly. So are you in manual first gear right now?
I'm letting auto decide for now until it starts playing with the gears.
For me, that was at the end of the cliff edge on your left. Round about there.
First gear. Second. And down to low. So, let's put it in manual. Gonna put it in low first to get up this bit, and then switch to first. Because I don't think it's gonna need low for this. No?
Perfect.
I am honestly surprised.
I think these would make it all the way just based on that alone, because they are some of the hardest parts to deal with.
Yeah, this is the trickiest part. The only other part that I can think of is the
mud hill.
The mud bowl.
Yeah, but even then,
at the mines. But even then,
I think with enough run up, any truck will make that. It's not really down to traction; it's down to momentum. So that's all driver skill.
Yep.
Okay, well there we have it. Both of these trucks, with very, very basic modifications, can bring an Oldham full of coal at least all the way to Guanjin with enough skill.
So that's about 6 tons.
That's 6 tons, yeah. So you could probably take 6 planks as well. I think that's about 6 tons, isn't it? Are they 1 ton per planks?
5 tons per plank.
Oh, okay. So you could bring 1 set of planks up. Any more than that might be a bit of a struggle.
I think any more than that, your biggest issue is going to be tipping it over.
True. Very true. Okay. Well, let's go and swap over to the next two trucks and see if they fare as well. Right, here we are with the next two victims. Now, we are both less confident that these guys are going to make it, but again, they have had the same modifications. They've both got locked diffs, 4.0 final drives, and the original 13-speed gearboxes. I believe the Galima already had the 4.0 final drive. I cannot remember, but it now has one anyway. So, stock suspension, everything else completely stock. Same trailers as before. Not identical, the actual same ones. We did bring them back, which was, you know, won't worry about that. Anyway, moving swiftly on. Pika, after you, I will follow.
Yeah.
I believe the Galima might...
308.
Oh, okay, there you go. So the Galima has had a little bit of a reduction, and the Longhorn has had a rise because it had a 456 from stock, but it did have that on a 6-speed Mark 1 gearbox. So either way, it's a level playing field now, and I just stamped on it in sport mode, in auto, and I can't even keep up with that Galema. It's off skis. You're stopping completely there. I will do the same when I get there.
Yeah, otherwise I was going to smack into the wall.
Plus a run-up
Now
is an unfair advantage.
Oh.
Oh, is it doing it?
It's doing it.
The wheelbase is going to be the biggest enemy of both of these trucks.
No. Nope.
It's stuck.
I'm ground out.
Ooh.
The longer wheelbase, even though they are taller, well,
Slightly.
have a better ground clearance. I'm stuck. Can I reverse? I can reverse.
Okay, so you can get yourself out of it without recovery, so it does deserve a second chance. Try it in manual, maybe first or second gear, and see if you can get enough speed to slide through the clearance issues. Probably not without a bigger run-up, but then you can't really get a bigger run-up here.
Second?
Yeah, and you've cleared that one. Okay, so let's see what the Longhorn has to say about this in automatic to start off with. Same line as always. Oh, it doesn't even ground out. Let me just do that again with a slightly closer camera view.
I'll be your backup camera.
Right, let's go. So the fuel tank clips through the floor, but it doesn't touch. There are no sparks.
Ooh.
Oh.
Slightly different. You had a slightly wider line this time.
I think that might just be weight going over the hill, because if I change the camera angle around, I'm not actually touching. Or am I slightly on that side? No, I'm not. Oh, yeah, there was a slight bit of touch there. Okay, let me just try a slightly different line, because I'm usually wheels right on the grass. That's the best way to get over this section. Let's try that again.
It's the exact same spot I was in.
Okay, so it is touching.
Yep.
So exactly the same issue as you. I must have just had a little bit faster initial speed.
Yeah, on a slightly different line.
Yeah, but if you are carrying something heavier, you can go over diagonally like this to completely avoid that. Obviously, I didn't want to do that the first time round because I wanted to check the wheelbase for clearance. So yeah, they both ground out in the same place, but both powered through it again.
In manual.
No, I was in auto. I have not changed to manual yet.
Yeah, I just went straight back and then put it in second gear and just clutch dumped it.
Right.
To get it going, and then it just sailed right over. Slight scrape, I think, but...
Nailed it. Obviously, both of these issues can be resolved with a suspension lift. Probably 5 centimeters would be sufficient.
I think even just 200% springs would.
Yes, that would also probably fix that.
fix
which
that.
you would naturally have on this, doing this run anyway.
I mean, 200% is sort of my default for everything.
Yeah, it's kind of the minimum you would go for any truck like this, especially for a
Even
journey like this.
even just on normal cards, I like to go 200% minimum because everything
Okay,
is so floaty and bouncy.
yeah, that's fair. I generally stick to 120 to 150 nowadays. 100 and less is reserved for drift cars only, or drift vehicles.
Or, a clown car daffy.
All that, yeah. Absolutely nailed that. No touching the floor at all. Okay. So now the main question is, do they get over the first little mud dip? And if they do they get up the little S-bend? I mean, generally, I tell you what, this does feel better than the Atlas, which does surprise me. It feels a little bit more. It's hard to
Forgiving.
explain. Yeah, a little bit more forgiving.
I think that's also due to the fact that they have more power.
More power and more weight to kind of level the cab out.
On the downside, it does give you, because of their longer wheelbase, they're more prone to oversteering.
Yeah, I can see that with yours, but I don't feel that with mine
Oh, that
personally.
trailer doesn't like it. It's not the optimal line, but I got through it.
Oops. Nudged you there. I've got some body damage now. Oh,
I'm already at yellow body. Oh, I think that nudge was a bit too much.
it pushed me back. I need to go back to start again. See if here is enough. Should be.
I mean, as we've said before, with most of this route and the
I'm
mud pit,
stuck.
for example, is momentum is key here.
Yes.
So if you were to go back
I'm going to back up
one
just a
more,
smidge. The other one
yeah,
was facing the wrong way, so I'm just going to back it up here. Feel like this should be enough. Now I'm going
yeah,
to
just
manually set it fourth gear, I think. That'll be enough momentum to get me through there. There we go. Right. I'm going to stop here real quick. Right, just stop for a couple of seconds. I had a squeaky Gerald behind me. I think he was hungry. Right. Let's get to the next almost impossibility, which will be the river crossing. Personally, I don't think either of these trucks will make it, but it's going to
not
be
even sure.
interesting to find out if they can.
I don't think it's actually worth trying.
Probably not, but it'll be a laugh.
That it will be.
I'm curious, will mine make it autopilot up this next hill? Oh, no, because I haven't put a waypoint down for it.
I was waiting for that.
It's trying to turn around. It's barreling through. It's got through the mud. Down to low. And it's doing the weird gear stuff, so I'm gonna hold it in gear. Oh, it is pulling through.
To be fair, tuning something for autopilot is a completely different thing.
Not gonna make it. It has given up. I did expect it would not make it, but and now I'm just sliding. Okay, let's do a recovery and do it the human way.
Although that's not really a truck issue, but more of a
Autopilot issue.
Yeah.
It did take a bad line. It tried to take it really tight on the inside. Right, let's see how Galima do. Ooh, better than I expected. I don't think
I
it'll
mean,
power through that.
that was giving it the shallowest line for the best possible chance of success.
Right, let's see if Longhorn can do any better, which is unlikely, let's face it. I'll try the same line.
And then aim for the tree.
No. Not enough
Yeah, I
wheels are
didn't.
touching the floor.
It just grinds on the chassis.
That was the exact result I expected, to be fair.
Yep.
Right, long way round it is.
I do get the feeling that the Galima handles all of this a slight bit better.
Yeah, it does look that way.
And I'm fairly certain it's not a skill issue.
No. Because they're kind of point and shoot, aren't they? With this
Yeah.
setup.
Also, you've been playing this game a lot longer than me because I started playing this game because of you.
There we go. Oop, nudgies. I couldn't stop in time.
It
Yeah, and
tilts.
kind of my specialty for a long time was taking stupid things up Guanjin that aren't meant to be coming up here, so if I can't get a vehicle up here, there's a good chance it can't get up here at all. It may take a few attempts and a few different tunes, but eventually... I mean, to be fair, I think this has given me a really, really good idea for a new mini-series, maybe even in shorts, to see if I can get every single vehicle to the mines. Every single vehicle in the game. Starting from the go-kart, through the scooty, all the bikes, all the cars, all the trucks. Not loaded, of course. But, yeah.
The bikes are gonna be painful, but they can make it.
Yes. And I might try each one twice. Modified to how I think it should be modified for the journey, and then completely stock.
I know my Terratune, it struggles getting up.
But it will
And
make
again,
it.
it's usually loaded.
Exactly. So unloaded, I feel like it should make it.
Unloaded mostly depends on RNG for the Terra.
Yeah.
Because of its bad bounces. Stock Terra will not make it.
No, I've got that same feeling. It needs that lock diff.
It needs a lock diff.
Okay, so we are now coming up to the part that kills most runs. Now, you can almost make it in any vehicle by doing some sneaky recovery teleporting madness. But without
Ooh,
that little glitch...
that was a struggle.
I've gone down into low. I don't know if it's struggling, but
Hey.
I did want to change gear at the most inopportune moment.
Yeah, it's just automatic shifting things. So, where do we start?
I think start from here. I mean, there's no way you could not get a run up at this point. So a run up is fair. Sport mode, as always, automatic, just stamp and go. Let's just see what it wants to do. Okay, so we've gone down to low here. Let's see what the Gleamer wants to do. I'll be impressed if it
Stalling it in
doesn't stop.
fourth.
Okay, if that doesn't stop, I will... Oh my god, it didn't even stop and want to go down into low. That is impressive.
It just went into low.
It got further than the Longhorn.
With less of a run up.
Yeah, taking the widest line possible, as always, which is pretty much the only way of making it. Right, I've gone into low a little bit earlier than the Atlas did.
That's got a bit more weight to it as well.
Yeah, we are struggling a little bit here.
It is crawling. I think you're gonna have to manual it.
In manual, leaving it in low. Feel like it needs low.
And that's a scrape.
Yep. Try first. See if it can get that extra bit of speed. To get through the scrape. No, apparently not.
I think you might have to
Admit defeat. Oh. Okay, with a diagonal line. In first gear. Oh, did hit the cliff.
It's okay. It's there to catch you.
Feel like the trailer's ground out there.
Yeah, just
Back up
onto
over
the
here.
grass. And as wide as you can.
Yeah, no, that it wants to understeer into the cliff every single time.
Yeah, because you grind this bump.
Yeah. And out there again.
If you could take this line, it might work.
Let's see if I can. Whoa.
Not like that.
That's not what I wanted. Onto the grass.
And just keep it in low.
Doing it in first.
No.
Round out again. Now you have to do the first bit diagonally.
Yeah.
Can't get enough speed to get past the grind.
That's kind of what we feared, is the long wheelbase.
Yeah, definitely. The Atlas, FL1 and Titan don't have this problem. Yeah.
No.
I think it would make it with enough adjustments.
Also, your trailer is off the ground.
Yeah, that's not going to help things. I'm going to go diagonal here. That got me through before without the grinding. Oh. I'm stuck on the floor again, aren't I?
Yeah. Yeah, try and aim for that grass and then go as wide as you can.
Oh, slipped off.
Not that wide. That's a bit too wide.
think it might be time to admit defeat, but I'm going to give it one more shot. If it doesn't make it this time,
I think that's
not
it
going
for the
to.
Longhorn.
Straight diagonal. Probably the best run up I could have possibly got. No,
Well,
it just doesn't want to go around this corner. It's round out there.
It's stuck on this spot here.
Yeah. Right, because it's taken too long to do it, I'm going to count that as a fail. But I do feel like that would get up given enough attempts. Or the recovery method.
I think I have an idea, but let's try the Galima first.
Let's
You
see.
wanna...
Let's see if the Longhorn, the Galima, can do any better. Bye bye. Bye bye, Longhorn.
Let's give this a go. I'm in auto. As wide as possible.
May have an advantage. It may have a slightly higher centre of gravity. And a little bit more ground clearance as well. Ooh, maybe not. I think it's going to be very much the same situation here.
It's making progress.
Yeah, it's basically doing exactly the same as what the Longhorn did.
But I feel if I can get a... Yeah, no.
No, that trailer's acting like a lead weight. Just dragging the back end round the way you don't need it to go.
I'm gonna reset it for a bit to get a slightly different line.
I would say it's worth maybe 5 shots. Don't know how many I took.
Were you in auto the entire time, or did you switch to
Manual.
manual?
I was in first gear the entire time.
I'm actually gonna give it the beans and low here.
Problem is, the 13 speed takes too long to go from low to 1. You lose all the momentum.
Yeah, it's ground out. I'm gonna have to go down a bit into first.
Trailer's pulling your back end around a lot more than it was pulling mine around.
Yeah, it's
Try
almost
going
as if...
all the way onto the grass.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. It's almost as if the trailer, as soon as the nose dips, just
Yoinks it.
becomes an anchor.
Yeah. I think it's fairly safe to say these two have failed.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna have to do this. I didn't really want to be here. I wanted to be here, but like you said, all the way on the grass.
I think that's the best shot. Yeah, you're grounding out actually earlier than I was. I honestly expected the Gleamer to do a little bit better than the Longhorn.
Yeah, but I think it's those fuel tanks and that step.
Yeah. Although the step doesn't look like it's got collision physics, it looks like it's morphing into the ground. Not so sure about the fuel tanks though, because there is collision happening under you.
Oh,
Oh,
oh.
okay. Maybe not so much of a
This...
fail. Do you want to try with the Longhorn to see if it was driver error?
Well, we can give it a go. I think it's more that the Longhorn has a slightly different clipping point.
Yeah, maybe slightly higher. Which could
Yeah,
be easily fixed with maybe some 5 centimeter lifted springs and some 200% stiffened springs. That would completely change the outcome for both trucks. They probably would have got round first time every time.
yeah, with some stiffer springs and I think even just a 2 centimeter raise.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna carefully maneuver this.
I thought you could have recovered down there.
No, it won't let me.
Ah,
So I'm just gonna carefully do it like this.
there's one way of doing
Because then I don't have to worry about the trailer.
it. Well, at least you're down there.
And I can do this.
Hey. Right. Let's see if driver error has anything to do with this stuckage.
I'm
Also,
gonna keep it in first.
good call. Also, you get to feel the difference between the two that way. Okay, that's very close to the same line. And to be honest, it is getting ground out at the same place. I didn't feel it getting ground out there, but... did I? Maybe that's why I went diagonal.
You went a bit more diagonal.
Yeah, so it's touching there. You saw the smoke underneath. Okay, second time. So it was down to driver error.
I am stuck.
Ah, looked like you, other than your nose, it looked like you were going to make that.
Yeah, it's just the nose that got clipped on something.
Okay,
But this is... I
okay.
wouldn't call this a pass, to be honest.
Let's give it a pass with an asterisk, saying that a good driver can get them there, but the truck themselves do need good drivers.
Yeah, this is not what you would call
An easy run.
an easy run and
No.
beginner friendly.
Oh, definitely not beginner friendly. 100%.
Uh,
Beginner, Jamusi. All day, every day.
Oh yeah, just...
There's a reason the Jamusi hasn't been included in this test, because it just works. If this is your
Yeah,
first time going up Guanjin and you need to take a semi-trailer up there, and you're not using the Jamusi, then you are using the wrong vehicle. No matter what vehicle you're using, you are using the wrong vehicle.
I mean, we could take... Because we still have one truck left. Just to show the difference.
A completely bog stock Jamusi versus a modified Titan.
Yes.
Now the Titan will make it with the mods, but the Jamusi will make it without. So that would be a very good test. Let's go and show that now. Right, here we go with the Titan, and to prove the point of the Jamusi being off-road king, we are taking it. It's not part of the test, because obviously we all know, even in completely stock configuration, it will make it all the way to Guanjin Town, to the mines, from the mines. There is nowhere on the map that this thing can't go. The only place it does get stuck is driving through sand in the desert, where it's not meant to be anyway. So, let's see what this does. Obviously, the Jamusi doesn't get the benefit of going first, because it will make everything. If you're new to the game, trying to buy your first semi-truck, semi, whatever you want to call it, Jamusi is a solid choice all round. It can do a little bit of everything. It doesn't have the biggest engine choices. The stock engine is 190 horse, which is more than enough for everything, however, on the slow side. The biggest engine choice is the 330 horse, which is still a little bit smaller than the engine that I have in the Titan that I'm driving right now. But as you can see, it's a lot smaller, therefore a lot lighter, and it will just work. Right. Low range. I'm in auto. Oh, look at that. No grounding out at all. However, it does want to play funny buggers with the gears, which was to be expected, so I'm going to hold it into low range there, and it will crawl out nicely. Maximum ground clearance from standard on this. The best ground clearance of any stock truck is the Titan, unless maybe the Jamusi is a little bit higher. Plus it has slightly shorter wheelbase, I think.
Yeah, it's the short wheelbase.
But yeah, from the actual road trucks, the Titan does have the best ground clearance. At least, I believe so.
Also, side note, I am not going to be using autopilot or auto shift because I'm going to be in 6 low and 6 low lock, and then it's just going to keep shifting gears and just ground out. I'm manually shifting between third and fifth.
Also, another side note with the Jamusi, to make it up to the mountain as in completely stop formation, you do need to run it in drift mode, which turns off the assists. Comfort and sport mode are not reliable options for off-roading. They may help you out massively on the road if you're a bad driver, but they do not help you out off-road. They actually hinder quite severely.
I mean, for now, I'm keeping it in comfort for as long as is needed just to prove a point.
Okay, for this part, then yeah, that shouldn't be a problem at all. But later on, that will become a nuisance. Although, maybe not so much the way we're going. Sorry if you can hear Gerald squeaking in the background, viewers. He is still quite poorly at the moment, and he has been very, very clingy to me lately. He just wants to lay on my lap all the time, and it makes my driving very difficult and uncomfortable. So I've put him in his bed, which is directly behind me, and it's not close enough. He wants to be on my lap, so he's going to sit there meowing at me like a cat. So I do apologise if you can hear that. Also, my little electronic cricket just got involved as well. More ghosts in the pocket there. Yes, Gerald. Well, the Titan has proven to be an absolute champ. As you can see, slightly faster than the Jamusi, but that's down to the Jamusi's 190 horse engine and being in low range, which
And
gears
only
it
having
down.
5 gears.
Yes, also having 5 gears from stock does not help that in the slightest. You can technically double that by using the low range. It does give you 5 more options for gearing. Has it struggled at all yet?
Nope, I'm actually in 4 high at the moment in 5th gear.
Oh, nice.
Just cruising through everything in comfort. Okay, now I do have to shift down to third. Oh,
I'm still in auto currently.
okay, let's switch to 6 low, but again. That is the one thing that the Jamusi can't do, is automatic gearbox.
Yes,
It
that is
will.
its weak point.
Once you hit low range, you have to put it in manual, because otherwise it's just gonna shift, 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 and not go anywhere.
Yeah. Run up needed for this bit. Not too much of a run up. I want the truck to do the majority of the work, not gravity. Now, the Jamusi, even in stock form, can do that shortcut across the river. But I will go first. I want to try this one out. Get as much of a run up as I feel like it needs. I feel like this speed is probably acceptable. Now, foot flat to the floor. Aim for the tree just after it. Oh, wow. First 6x4 to make it. First try.
Didn't the when I was driving in the first test also make it? First try?
Yes, the FL1 did make it. So sorry, it's not the first 6x4 to make it. It's the second 6x4 to make it. So the FL1 and the Titan, a little bit of Motortown trivia, are actually the OG trucks in the game. They were 2 of the first trucks in the game, along with the Jamusi. Oh, Jamusi's gone for a tumble wumble. Oh, he's gone for a drink. Just getting his toes wet.
Yeah, the tires were a bit dirty.
Ah, okay, yeah. Nothing to do with gravity being a pain in the ass.
Jamusi does not care about gravity.
So
Let me
yeah,
try that again.
the Titan and FL1, along with the Galima, I believe, Jamusi, and possibly the Lobo, but I'm not sure. They were the original trucks in the game, and they are asset pack trucks. Oh my days, Jamusi is having a bad day there. I think it's because you're trying to take the shallow line for the 6x4s. You don't need to do that with the Jamusi.
Yeah, it's true. You know, I'm just gonna try the other one.
Yes, 6 low. Oh, you mean the long? Yeah, okay, go for the high shot. I'm going to have to back up to get this on camera. And speaking of camera angles, there will be Pika's version uploaded as well. So if anybody wanted to see it from Pika's perspective, that will also be available.
But this, I am gonna put it in drift mode.
Good choice. You need the full range of power.
Oh, nope.
Wow.
It's not wanting to do it today.
Yeah, that's
But I think that's more driver issue.
possibly. It is putting up a bit of a fight.
I mean, I am running on 2 hours of sleep, so
Try going for the original shortcut, but to the left-hand side of the tree, where we know it makes it. And I'm pretty sure I've done that in stock form as well. 6 low lock, third gear should be completely... That's it. Now down to first. And
that's
out she
still in
crawls.
comfort.
Oh, that's in comfort mode. Wow, that's actually impressive.
That's in comfort.
I don't think I ever even tried it in comfort mode. My
Did
default
you
was
lose?
just straight into sport mode, and then when I realised about the assists causing a problem, then I went into drift mode, and I just kind of always used it in that. I don't think I've ever used that in comfort mode, other than when I was autopiloting it on long runs, like harbour to harbour.
Well, I used to take the Jamusi down from the mountains quite a lot in 7.14, so before the mud physics got changed.
Yes,
And it would do the entire trip in third gear in comfort.
that's impressive. Jamusi is the truck that never fails to amaze. It will always do the job that you put in front of it. And the
You
reason why
what?
it's been missed out of every test up until now is purely because it is in a class of its own. It's obviously not a 4x2, it's not a 6x4, it doesn't fit into the engine categories, and it's because it's a 6x6, obviously with a 6x4 option, there's just no real test for it. The only thing that it can't do better than the other trucks is speed. But it's not always about speed, especially if you're trying to play following road rules or trying to drive sensibly or even role playing, then speed is just a backthought, really, isn't it? So, yeah, unless you're after something incredibly fast or incredibly powerful, then
But
the Jamusi is always the answer.
and even then, you can tune it to
You can tune it to some pretty impressive speeds.
or some pretty impressive loads,
Yeah, I
like
mean,
80 units of fuel, for example.
yep. I managed to, in testing, take 5 or 6 grain trailers on the Jamusi, and it loved it. And that wasn't even really with a special tune. That was just, I think I used a 4.0 final drive and then left it in low range, and it didn't complain at all.
I like the 6-speed Mark 1 with the 308.
Yes, yeah, that is a good all-rounder. I generally use the 2.0 because I only use it off-road. That leaves me leaving it in 6 low lock for the whole journey. I usually remove the lockable uh, diffs from the rear, put limited slip diffs in, the 1.5 ways, and then I've got the option to lock the front, but it leaves it open most of the time. It just seems to be the best all-round configuration for me, but it's not beginner-friendly that way. It's definitely best to leave the diffs alone as they are. 308, 6-speed Mark 1, and there's 100 different suspension configurations that work for it.
Yeah.
And get away
It all
with just stiffening the springs and leave everything else as standard. I'm going to go straight into auto for this because I already know that it's going to play around going up and down the gears.
So you mean straight into manual?
Yes, sorry. Did I say auto?
Yes.
Okay, so it just made that first time. It didn't even think about it. There was just no struggle there. And we already know the Jamusi will.
Yeah, the only thing I would maybe change about the Jamusi is removing the lockable diff from the front wheels.
So you can have it in 6-low lock with a LSD on the front
With
to make it
steering.
turn better.
Because now, here's the problem.
Does
In
like to
6-low,
lift the front wheels, doesn't it?
especially in 6-low lock.
But then you should
So,
be able to do that in 6-low without the lock because you've got the front wheel drive.
yep. Because right now I'm in 6L. So, there we go.
So no locked diffs. It's got 3 open diffs on that. And as you can see, made it without a trouble at all. And as we've, I don't want to sound like a Jamusi fanboy, but yeah, everything I've said has been true. It will go anywhere on the map. And it won't even cry about it. But, unfortunately, that is all we have time for today. So, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. And definitely come back and join us on the next one, because it'll be epic. Bye-bye for now.